So here is Bluetti's brand new power station. Hits the market April 2nd. It's the Bluetti AC240. Very nice water and dust resistant power station. 1536 watt hour capacity, 2400 watt output AC. Comes with all these cables you see here, the AC charging cable, solar charging cable, and two other cables for powering 12 volt DC. Front panel is pretty self-explanatory. It's got this nice button here. Press it in. Looking good. Nice bright screen. Tells you the outputs and inputs of DC and AC. Capacity, remaining estimated time. So all the ports here, they light up with different clusters. DC, USB, AC. So you got two DCs right here. 10 amp, 30 amp. USB-C, USB-A, max of 100 watts on the USB-C, max of 18 watts for the USB-A. Right here you got a 30 amp output, pretty nice, powering an RV or boat. Then you got your two standard grounded outlets, covered by these rubber flaps, which keeps the dust and water out. Nice unit. Very heavy though, weighs 74 pounds. So you're gonna need these handles on top. Might need a second person to move it around too. Measures 16 inches across, 16 inches tall, and about 11 inches deep. This side, it's got a vent. And here you have a place to plug in extra B210 modules, batteries to expand the capacity. It supports up to 4, so you can get over 10,000 watt hours total. And this side here, you've got all your inputs, AC parallel port, AC input, bleed valve, grounding screw, DC and solar input. Pretty nice. Got these nice big rubber flaps. Gives it a nice secure seal. So the app here is pretty cool. Connect to your device. Click on it, you can see everything live. Most of the options are available here in the settings. Can adjust quite a bit. Only takes a few seconds to connect. You do need an email and a password. You can sign up for a free account, pretty easy. You can change working modes, charging modes, powerlifting, auto sleep, basically anything you want. Advanced settings. Works quite well. From the main screen you can turn on and off your AC and DC. Takes a second, but turns it off, turns it on. Nice to have. So we'll first try to use this Vitamix on it, see how it powers it. Flip it on. You can see the output there, and turn it up. Works pretty good. So just for testing purposes, I plugged in a space heater. Probably not the most efficient way to heat a room, but we'll use it to test out the output. Probably has a pretty big draw. We'll watch it climb up here. About 1800 watts. Most appliances won't use this much energy. Now it's down to 1400. But just for testing, it's nice to know that it will run a space heater. Doesn't even last an hour though. 1536 watt hours isn't going to cut it for a space heater turned on high, but it does power it. So this space heater here has been running for about 35-40 minutes now. It's down to 19%, which is pretty good, pretty accurate duration remaining. The fan's turned on because it's under a higher load. They're very quiet, you can hardly hear them. So probably the coolest thing about the AC240 is its ability to be used in all weather conditions. I've had it sitting out here in the rain for about 2 hours now, and as you can see, it's turned on, fully functional. It's got these big rubber flaps that keep the water out, and even if you do get a little dribble in there, it's not going to damage it. I've been running this power saw, or miter saw, off of it. I'll show you what it's got. Pretty sweet, works great. So I think one of the coolest features are these unique cables that have a locking mechanism built in. So when you flip up these, you press them on, they snap into place, so you can't accidentally pull it out. In order to pull it out, you have to twist this mechanism here, and then it pulls out. Keeps it pretty secure. Really nice. Quite unique. So right now we're recharging it from the wall, from AC power. You can see the input at 1650 watts. Earlier it was just at like 1690, so it maxes at about 1700 watts. You can see the current capacity, their time remaining. Got a fan running. It's not too loud. Bluetti advertises 2200 watts, but I haven't seen anywhere near that. 1700 is about the best I've seen it. Either way, it still charges in about an hour, maybe a little more than an hour, which is very good. So to wrap it up, I think I'll list the good and the bad, starting with the good. The good is the high capacity of 1536 watt hours. Pretty much won't need much more than that for everyday use or weekend camping trips, emergency backup power. It's pretty capable. It can output up to 2400 watts in the normal mode and 3600 watts in powerlifting mode. So it's pretty significant, very impressive. Lots of outputs to use. You got all your DC, USB, AC, including a 30 amp TT30 NEMA port, which you won't find on most power stations. Pretty sweet. The water and dust resistance are also noteworthy. You can use it outdoors in the rain or in harsh weather without worrying about it damaging it. I do like the screen. It's nicely lit, vibrant, gives you a clear insight as to what's going on at all times. Another thing, it functions as a UPS, so it has a 15 millisecond response time. Basically, that means if you have, let's say, a computer plugged into it, and this is plugged into the wall to keep it at 100%, if your power goes out, it'll automatically power your computer without letting it go down. It has a 15 millisecond response time, like I said, which is faster than any other power station currently on the market. I like the sleek appearance, the color scheme. It's a very nice choice. Looks great. The app works great too. That's another plus. I never had any issues with the app. It ran smoothly, didn't crash. Easy to get around it and figure out what you want. Now the bad, it's very heavy, weighs about 70 pounds, which is significant. You might want help moving it around. It's definitely not something you want to move very often, so keep that in mind. I really think that these flaps are nice, but they do attract lint and dust. So it's almost impossible to get this dust off if that bothers you. Kind of expensive. Currently on sale for $1,400. Normally $1,900, but you're getting a pretty nice unit. The extra B210 battery modules that you can plug in on the side here are pretty expensive too. $1,100 on sale right now. Normally $1,500. So if you want to expand the capacity, you're going to have to open your wallet. It's kind of a lot. And lastly, I found that the AC input really isn't what they claim it to be. 2200 watts is what they advertise, but I was lucky to achieve 1700 watts. Still only takes about an hour, just over an hour to charge fully, which is good. Still acceptable, but something to be aware of. Overall, Bluetti did a good job. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it if you have the cash to fork over. So you're getting a nice unit. Functions very well. Reliable. I think that's about it. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop a comment, subscribe, like the video if you please.